Hello CBS Army, today we're going to talk all about Bitcoin. You've seen a Bitcoin below 30,000 and you might be wondering what should be your next move. So today we're going to discuss the technical analysis of Bitcoin and we're going to look at some of the news and stats around Bitcoin. So let's get started. Welcome to Crypto SR, and this channel I'll recommend some of the underrated cryptocurrencies for life-changing gains. So if you love making money and cryptocurrencies, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the bell icon so you're currently updated on my videos. Remember, the giveaway for 1000 MEX tokens is still live. All you have to do is like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and follow the rest of the steps in the video description. So first of all, let's look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin to get an idea of where are we standing right now. So we've currently lost the support of EMA 50, which was around $33,000, and we have seen a Bitcoin below 30 once, and we were about to test this today, and we have, for now, if I go back to the daily chart, we have somewhat dodged it by $150. So coming back to 1 week, we have lost the EMA 50 support, EMA 50 on the weekly, and some of the recent supports that we could rely on if it goes below this level, like it's following this downward trend line that started around the second week of May. Since then, it has been on a downward decline, and the nearest support we're looking at is around 30, and then if it goes below 30, then we might test 28,000 levels and 27,000 levels if everything goes as it's going right now. If we don't see a recovery, that is one of the levels we could look at. And stochastic RSI is still not made a recovery in the coming weeks following this. It is still on a consolidation phase. We saw Bitcoin roaming around this 35 to 40,000 mark in the past 4 weeks, excluding this one, where we fall below $35 region, and we're just bouncing around 27,034. We haven't touched 27, but the Fibonacci level is somewhat telling us that we might bounce around this region in consolidation. Now, I totally don't believe that it's going to go to 20,000 because historically it has never done a price action where it touches its previous all-time high in the bull season, right? So at least I'm not expecting a Bitcoin at 20,000, but we could expect some movement happening over the upcoming weeks if it doesn't fall above this trend line around this region. Like, we could see this price action just ranging around this region. So that's the weekly chart that's telling me. So we need to, in order to stay bullish, we need to cross this EMA 50 and make it as support, break this downward trend line, and fall into this region, which is above 35,000 and below 40,000, which is going to be somewhat bullish in nature. Otherwise, we're just on a downtrend, and you should watch out before entering into trades. Now let's head over to the daily. You're going to look more closely into the downward trend that's coming from 10th May, and we've tested this 2 times. We didn't fall, we didn't cross this trend line, and but this last set of 3 days, this trend line was again broken, and then people were talking about a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern, and a 1 hour chart ended up just breaking all of that. It did go a bit up, but then it just broke the trend line, and it's on a downward trend, so it's not valid anymore. And so coming back to the daily, so for daily, the EMAs are not indicating anything for us. The EMAs are way above into $35 region. These are the resistances. These are proper level resistances that Bitcoin might need to come back to show some bullish trend. All right, so that's pretty much it on the technical analysis. The supports are around 28, 2850, 27,000, and could go as low as 26. Now, these two, 22 and 19, I don't buy that it's going to go get that low. But these are the two levels, 28,000 and 27,000. And another strong level is 26. We have seen some bounces happening around here. So 26, 27, and 28. These are key levels, and you should watch out and wait for some recovery, wait for this trend line, wait for Bitcoin to cross over this trend line and go above 35 in order to stay bullish. Otherwise, just wait for it. It's an uncertain time to invest, and we might see some turbulence. But if you manage to get above this trend line in this weekly, like if the next weekly candle manages to stay above this trend line or around it, then we're good, right? You don't need to worry about it as long as it's ranging around this region. But if it goes below 27, that's really alarming. So that's pretty much it on the technical analysis. I'm really hopeful that we somewhat in a matter of weeks are able to cross this $35,000 mark, whether it takes a couple of months, but it could happen that we just consolidate here. So just pointing out the possibilities. Now let's look at some of the stats and news around Bitcoin and crypto. So first of all, June 23rd, 2021, SEC delays the decision on Bitcoin ETF, and they have stretched it by 45 days, and that is due for a rescheduling. It is rescheduled for decision on August 10th. So this could somewhat indicate more of a consolidation phase till August. Like we could bounce around those 27,000 to 35,000 range in this area till August. This could also happen, right? So just watch out and don't let yourself fall into short-term volatility. If you want to trade, that's perfect, but if you're a long-term investor, just make sure you don't buy high. Okay, moving on to a FUD, but not exactly a FUD. So China Bitcoin crackdown is more like a fantastic news said by Peter Smith. So he says that it's actually a fantastic news for Bitcoin ecosystem. It is because the mining setup is going to be decentralized now into different parts of the world. Previously, we saw a huge accumulation or consolidation, more like a force that was kind of like decentralized Bitcoin that was based on China mining most of the Bitcoins, right? Now due to this, due to China cracking down miners, we could see a Bitcoin that is more decentralized, less affected by China FUD, and this is exactly what we wanted, right? We wanted Bitcoin to be decentralized, not being manipulated by tweets, not being manipulated by countries, right? So as this diversification happens, it's a lot better for all of us, all the investors, all the people who are betting their future on Bitcoin, who are relying on their future for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So this is positive news in that sense. But as for Chinese cracking down, sounds a bit uncertain. So it's more positive and negative, more of an uncertain area. It's also indicated by the charts that it's an uncertain area for long-term investment. So clearly goes around the charts. Then we saw this UK police seizing around 114 million pounds of cryptocurrencies. Last year, I think they seized around $1 billion. That's correct. But yeah, that's another FUD in the market. Let's look at some of these stats now. So although we're seeing the charts going down, we're seeing FUD, we're seeing some positive stuff. Mostly it's delays and FUD, but this chart right here is telling you that people are slowly accumulating. Michael Saylor is buying 500 million millions and millions over Bitcoin, and people, investors, are accumulating Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin, they're also like accumulating Ethereum. So although the price is going down, but investors are taking it off the exchanges. They are accumulating. So this is bullish, but make sure to follow the chart. These are all stats. Again, another stat coming in, where we're seeing an adoption curve on a log scale basis, where we are currently right here in 2021 with less than I'd say 0.4 billion users, not even exactly half, but you can approximate that into 0.5 billion crypto users, and then we are expecting by 2024 billion crypto users into the space, and then far beyond that over 2030 to 3.7 billion users. So it's going to like cross, and we have seen this cross. Total global internet users, they are, if you project this till 2030, it is not going to be as explosive as crypto. So it is much bigger than the internet boom that we saw back in late 90s, right? So with that, I'll just conclude the fact that we're running in some turbulence, some uncertainties at the moment, and if you're willing to invest in like for long term, these are good levels to dollar cost average. But you're willing to time the market, then you should still wait for confirmations. You should wait for trend lines to pass in, and if you're a trader, then all of it doesn't matter. You just play the volatility, right? So I am still positive that we won't go below $25,000 a Bitcoin, but as we've seen, it has broke 40, it has broke 30. Then I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks 28, if it breaks 27, but going till 20 is pretty much losing all the essence of Bitcoin, right? We've never seen it go below previous all-time highs. All right, so that's pretty much it on my take of current analysis, news around Bitcoin. And let me know what you think about Bitcoin. Are we going super high in the coming weeks? And what are your price predictions? So let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much it. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.